Good afternoon everyone. Well, it's the 20th of January today, and first of all, let's hear it all for the munchkins that finally found a pail of water and got rid of that stupid, ugly, fucking wicked witch of the West. Don't know what I'm talking about? Let's recap. A good friend of mine sent me this yesterday, although I'd already seen it on telly, but I hadn't seen it from this perspective. Let's watch.
And so today I'm announcing that I will not be seeking re-election, and that my term as Prime Minister will conclude no later than the 7th of February.
Just leave that playing on repeat if you like it. In fact, I'll clip it in case you didn't see it properly. Here's the actual video.
And so today I'm announcing that I will not be seeking re-election, and that my term as Prime Minister will conclude no later than the 7th of February.
Alright, so skipping that wonderful news, this is an opening. I actually, or a box, an unboxing, I guess that's what you call them. Now, for many years I've been doing auditing, and this is really for all the auditors out in New Zealand or across the world if you want. A lot of times I've had the GoPro, you know, the batteries have cracked out or the heat has given out. They just don't seem to last. You know, I've used ones like this. It's just a standard little micro thing that I put on a clip so I can clip it whichever way I want. Just a little mini cam. These are like 30-40 bucks, not counting the SD card from Trade Me or eBay, whatever you want to call it. Or you can get the one-shot Panasonics. These are great little jobs, but again, battery length and recording time sort of limited to 40 minutes to an hour, unless you've got replacement batteries. On these ones, you can't replace the batteries. You just, that's like that. And the same goes for the pen cameras. Great little things. Awesome if you want to audio record for a long time, but pretty, you know, limited by battery length and time of 40 minutes to an hour on these too. Great cameras, but yeah, still. Now, you can also get things like watch cameras. Yes, it's right there in the dial. Watch cameras, brilliant things. Even the smart cams these days, you know, come with built-in cameras, so you've just got to know how to use them. But again, length of time, but brilliant audio recorders. Just got to remember not to rustle around while you're wearing them. And of course the old faithfuls, these have seen better days, the sunglass cameras. This one of course really hasn't had a good day. I sat on these, so I'm sure old Ben Murphy from Medicare will be pleased about that one. So there's lots of cameras. You can go to things like JCar. You can get these Next Tech $60-70 value body cams, again limited with time, and because they're so small, with this one, left it on my jumper, put it in the wash, and of course after water it's never worked again, so those are crap. The old faithful, which I keep on the dashboard, is this Canon 45 times zoom, 45 times should I say advanced zoom, it's not optical. But this is my dash cam. This sits there. Reason being is 32 meg internal, and it will record for 8 to 9 hours. So it's good for long drives, long trips, and it's not a bad picture. It's still pretty crappy these days, but yeah, compared to the old days, not that bad. And then of course more hidden cameras. Gotta love the water bottle, don't you? Say smile, little hole right there. Okay, and this is also a Wi-Fi cam, so when you turn it on, there's just a little switch on the inside that turns it on. You can still use it as a water bottle because you're not actually going to get your camera wet or anything if you tip it upside down. It's a sealed little top, and these can connect, you know, via Wi-Fi through your Wi-Fi port, much like the extendable neck ones or the you know, endoscope cams. I've got all of them too. I just can't be fucked pulling all of them out to show you. But the yeah, wifey bought this for a present for Christmas. Gotta love her. And of course then you can step up to the big boys, but instead of showing you these fellas here, I'll show you these fellas out there. So but that'll be in a minute. Main point of this video is to show you the my latest inclusion to the family. Now granted, okay, I'm not big on reading Chinese, so this wasn't very fucking helpful, alright, but thanks to Google Translate and my son's help, we went through the menu. Okay, but first, this is a little doozy, proper solid body camera. Will record for about 8 hours, takes a 32 meg card in the slot, so pretty cheap to run, and you can just put it on charge. It comes with its own little charger, like that, but you know, if you're a cheap prick like me, you just solder a wire to it and convert it to New Zealand, but it comes as a Chinese, you know, the flat plug, so you might need to get an adapter if you don't have a soldering iron. Doesn't matter which way you put the negative and positive, these things aren't polarized, so you can't get it wrong, just so long as you don't cross the two. But yeah, that's a great little adapter, and that comes with, of course, the old micro USB card. Ignore Luna, she's aptly named because her middle name's Tick. And yeah, little micro USB plug for connecting into. Now on this little beauty, now this cost me $140 odd. It was 127 plus freight, $20 odd. Thank you, Luna. $20 plus for the express postage up to Auckland. It's from Christchurch, and this is, I think, WINBOX is the trader name on TradeMe. I'll try and remember to put a link in the video. Is there something I can do for you, Luna? Loves to be in the camera. Anyway, so this little is quite a beauty. You've got your main power button on one side with it's getting a bit old now, Luna. USB socket on one side, so you can plug into USB cable. Directly under it's the power button, and then above that you've got your camera shot, and then your recording button. So it's, sorry, microphone. So it's dumb people like police, and this is called a police body camera on the TradeMe listing. It's simple, one button on one side on the bottom, one button on the other side at the top, and you're recording. It's that simple. Turn it on, hit the top button on the opposite side to the power, and it'll start recording. But that's not all it does. It'll do continuous recording for about 8 hours if you've got a 32 meg card in it. It's also got the microphone, so it can also do microphone. Jump down please, Luna. So it's also got microphone and still shots, or it can take a group of 10, 20 snapshots in a row if you want still shots sort of advancing. Neat little thing. The thing I like about it also is it does do the timestamp, date and time. You can label it whatever you want to call it, and it's got the menu functions. Now the reason I'm bringing this up is when you turn it on, and I'll turn it on so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, it turns on and all you see is Chinese. Now if you press the OK button, it'll bring you up with the menu. Okay, I'll try and hold it that way so you can make out what I'm showing you. Okay, now on the menu there is about 3 to 4 pages, and it's all in Chinese. That's the one irritating bit about this. If you're going to sell it in New Zealand market, at least give people the heads up. So you can see the menu there. I'm going to scroll down through the first page, then it takes you to a second page, and then it takes you to a third page, which is not complete. It's not a complete row. There's like one more gap at the bottom in case they had another option. On the third page, the top line is language. So if you then press OK, it'll give you the option of Chinese or English, and obviously you're going to know which option you want. But when it comes in Chinese and you can't make out anything in the manual, and you don't use Google Translate to translate a picture for you, when you're going through 3 pages of menus and guessing, it could take a while. So yeah, the third page of the menu, top line is language, press OK, and then just use your up and down arrows to select English, and then you are home and hosed. Okay, now what this other little beast has, it's got this really crisp LCD at the back, and the camera is very much like a fisheye lens. Okay, it's like a GoPro. You've got that curved sort of thing. It's not a wide frame or anything like that, but it does take mint pictures. And the bottom button, if you press the bottom button on the other side, which opposite side to the power button, which is your down arrow, you can press it, and what it'll do is it'll switch over to night mode. In the menu functions, you can select it to auto switch to night mode, but in you know, low light daylight areas it will start switching, which becomes irritating, because what it does is it turns on the LEDs in the front. I'll push it again and you'll see them go out. Okay, so really crisp night vision, totally love it. The other jammy little thing about this, and haven't tried it but we'll see, is the next button, the up button. If you press it once, you'll get this. Love it. Okay, purely this is made for police. Press it again, turns off the siren, leaves the lights going. Press it again, turns off the lights. Now this comes with a really neat little clip. Okay, clip on the back's got a little spring lock metal function on it, so when you put it down it locks into place. There's no way you're going to lock it out. And this little clip here is really handy if you want to for instance put it on your sun visor and use it as a car, you know, a driving cam. You can obviously clip it to anything. For me, I've got my flat vest which I usually use, so it'll just be clipping onto that. The other beauty is you can actually just have it out to about the right level and it will sit there just like a normal camera if you want to record yourself. Make sure you're in the middle of the frame so you don't get stretched out by the fisheye. So yeah, great little unit. Did take a little bit longer over Christmas for it to arrive, but hey, that's postage. And 3 hours after sending a chase up, 12 days after buying it, it arrived. So I had to eat some humble pie and apologise to them via their email from my previous email. So again, felt obligated to put this little opening pack up. The thing comes in some mean as cardboard boxing, always handy if you're like me and like a well-made box for various purposes. But yeah, and of course clearly it's come from China. So people, it's a little police body cam. I'll take a screenshot of the auction listing, and yeah, they have a few of them listed. They do vary in price. I just hit the buy now. I can't be dipped around with $20 and arguing. So yeah, the other thing is, if you're like me and a poor bastard, you can get these things on Afterpay. So it'll only cost you $40 a fortnight over 8 weeks. So quite affordable. If you've got $20 spare a week, in 2 months you've got yourself a body cam and you can start using it as soon as it arrives. So yeah, highly recommend it. I've left it running, taken it out for a few spins. It'll record. You can change the settings so it records every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30-minute length videos. I've set it for the longest period, 30 minutes. It seems to record about a 1.5 gigabyte file, which is perfectly normal. So yeah, on a 32 gig card you've got yourself a good length of recording. I think that's the maximum it takes. I don't think it takes a 64 gig, but they might have another model that does that. Alright, so highly recommend WINBOX. Jump onto Trade Me, see what you think. No, they're not paying me for this. I just felt obligated. Alright, now, as I was saying, I'll take you out to the big boys. 1 second. And here we are outside. Time to play with the big boys. Right, so what we have here first off is my Nikon P900. This has 83 times optical zoom, 72mm lens, and this will show you a mouse farting on the moon if you zoom in. It does up to 2000 times digital zoom, but 83 times optical. The only one bigger than that is the P1000, which is sort of like all the flat earth's favourite camera these days. This used to be the favourite one, but yeah, then the T1000 came out. I think that's over the 100 times optical zoom on that. I'm not sure, don't quote me. This cost me from Noel Leemings, bought it brand new. It was going for sale these days around 1200, the same price as about the T1000 these days. I got it for half price and a little bit less for about 550. So it was well worth getting when I got it. That was when I could afford shit like this. Beautiful camera. You always like a good sturdy tripod. All of this was donated to me. The tripod by Steve Cook donated the tripod, and this beauty of a thing, the Sony HD-V1. Okay, so this is I think that's the model of it anyway. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Okay. So Sony HD-V1, this is a proper camera, okay? It's got the shotgun boom mic, that alone's a couple of $100 worth, and it is a high 8 camera, so it does record. You've got extra inputs on the side for different mics and booms. It comes with its own extra mics and stuff. In fact, there's the big ass bloody box it came in. Okay, so it's in its proper travel box. Decent cases these. Okay, and then the remotes, the extra lights. Okay, so you get the extra lights, the remote controls, extra microphone. So great units. So yeah, Sony HD-V1. They come with different size batteries. The batteries on this one were a bit screwed, so yeah, I ended up buying some new ones. Not very expensive at all online, but yeah, full on HD-V1. This can do either automatic or whatnot zoom. You've got VCR playback if you want to go onto the screen and do things that way. You know, the old shutter close, dual channels. So these were the creme de la creme back when they were still using video 8 or high 8 tape. Okay, it only records for about an hour. I don't really care. This is the sort of thing I'd only use doing a decent interview. For high speed zooming and stuff, I've grabbed this one. And the other beauty of it is that I've also rigged up some cabling so I can hook this straight into a USB composite capture, and I can play straight off this and make myself a digital version. So great little cameras. But yeah, thanks to John, Judicial Car Company, he gave me this. Apparently it ended up, he was found it in one of the boots of the cars that he bought for auction, and yeah, he reported it as found. No one claimed it, so it's his. Yeah, and like I say, this baby I bought, but well worth it. Alright, it's good to have some, you know, black jackets like this. I've done modifications, made proper mounts and stuff on it, but these are handy just if you want to stand out when you're walking down the street. You know, your tripods, you get your little your monopods. Got the old gyros and stuff, but I don't use him much. So that's my camera stuff, guys. And yeah, great beast of a camera there that Johnny gave me. Nor Angel, she's aptly named because Angel was anything but, and her lunatic sister Luna. They have a brother, a great boy called Slade, but yeah, they're complete nut jobs. Come on, Angel, Angel, come on. Oh, you! God, don't attack me, Luna, honey. Angel attacked me. I am busy with that piece of fucking grass. Enough of my bullshit. There you go, guys. The other camera gear I've got. My little review of what I've just got myself. And I'm sure you'll be seeing more of that in the near future. To all of the auditors out there, you can muck around with just the cheap and nasty cameras. But yeah, if you want something that's going to last a nice 8-hour long recording, just like the cops have, hey, if they use them. Granted, a lot of their footage goes missing, but I think that's more in the memory storage capacities of the actual police officers. Never mind my son, he's in there playing Warcraft in his ambulance. Yes, we have a couple. See you guys. Much love to you. And ding dong, the witch is dead. Thank fuck for that.
I will not be seeking re-election. And that my term as Prime Minister will conclude no later than the 7th of February.